Good morning students. This session is for class 11th and we are studying circular motion. So student, in last session we have completed the relation between linear acceleration and angular acceleration, and then we completed centrifugal force. Okay, today we are going to understand the examples of centrifugal force, but before starting the topic, let us take a quick revision about the centrifugal force. Okay, after revising this topic we will start the examples. So let's see here, and I hope you are able to see the centrifugal force, that is a page on your screen. So let's start. You can see, and we have completed this page yesterday, but we are going to revise because this will help you us to understand the concept. So you can see the centrifugal force is an imaginary force or pseudo force experienced only in non-inertial frames of reference. Okay, so we have completed about non-inertial frames. The frames are moving with accelerated motion. Okay, so that are known as non-inertial frame. So these type of force are experienced by someone in non-inertial frames. These are also known as pseudo or imaginary force. Okay, next point is, this force is necessary in order to explain the Newton's laws of motion in accelerated frame of reference. So this point says that this force is very important to explain the Newton's law of motion in accelerated frame of reference. So students, what is meaning of accelerated frame of reference? So accelerated frame of reference means non-inertial frames. So you can replace the accelerated frame of reference by non-inertial frames of reference also. Okay, so let me repeat this statement. This force is necessary in order to explain Newton's laws of motion in an accelerated frame of reference. Okay, so I hope you understand. Third point is, the centrifugal force is act along the radius but is directed away from the center of the circle. So this is very important and interesting point about the centrifugal force. So we have completed, or we know that this centripetal force is always acting radially but toward the center of the circle. Let me repeat this statement. Centripetal force is acting along this toward the center of the circle and along the direction of radius. Okay, but in this point you can see that the centrifugal force is act along the radius. So for centripetal force, this statement is true at this point. Centripetal, if you replace the centrifugal by centripetal, so you can write centripetal force is act along the radius. This is true for centripetal force also, this is true for centrifugal force also. But you can see this but this is directed away from the center of the circle. Okay, and for centripetal force you must replace this word away by towards. So away from is replaced by towards the center of the circle. So for centripetal force you will write this statement like, centripetal force is act along the radius and directed toward the center of the circle. But for centrifugal force, this statement is, you can read on your screen, centrifugal force is act along the radius but is directed away from the center of the circle. So this is very important point to understand, or to understand about the direction of the centrifugal force in circular motion. Okay, now direction of centrifugal force is always opposite to that of the centripetal force. So this is true because centripetal force is always toward the center of the circle, whereas centrifugal force is always towards radius but away from the center of the circle. Now if we are talking about the magnitude, so in magnitude both the forces are equal. Okay, and the magnitude of any one force. You can write for centripetal or you can write for centrifugal force. For the both cases, the magnitude of the force is mv square upon r. Okay, so this is the magnitude of centrifugal as well as centripetal force. But difference between these two is that their directions are different. They are not working in same direction, but they are in different directions, and their directions are opposite to each other. And you know which force is act toward the center of the circle and which one away from the center of the circle, but both are along the radius of the circle. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand the concept of centrifugal force. Okay, and let's see the last point, that is centrifugal force is always present in rotating body. Okay, so this is very interesting line, because rotating body behaves like a non-inertial frame of reference. This is very interesting point. So rotating point are always, sorry, rotating bodies are always behaves as non-inertial frame of reference. Okay, and you know that the centrifugal forces are always experienced by someone in non-inertial frame of reference. So I hope you understand why this statement is written here, because these type of bodies behaves as accelerated frame of reference or non-inertial frame of reference. Okay, so student, these are very interesting points to understand the centrifugal force. Okay, so I hope you understand how you can find out the magnitude and you can find out the direction of the centrifugal force. So must revise these points, because these are very interesting and very important points for centrifugal force, and this is the basic concept to understand the centrifugal force. Okay, so let us move toward the next topic. So our next topic is examples of centrifugal force. Okay, so let us understand about this topic. So you can see the examples are mentioned on the slide. Let me read first and I will explain you later. Okay, so you can see the first one, when a car in motion takes a sudden turn towards left, passenger in the car experience an outward push to right. This is due to the centrifugal force acting on the passenger. So students, I'm sure that you have these type of experience in your life, that when a car in motion takes a sudden turn towards left, passengers in the car experience an outward push to right. Okay, and this is due to the centrifugal force acting on the passenger. Okay, now you know that this may be very dangerous for passengers or for a driver of a car, so they are using belt. Okay, so let me tell you one thing. Suppose car is moving on a straight line motion, so you don't feel any force there. Okay, it means there is no force working on a person. But if it suddenly turn towards left, you will be able to feel a force towards right. Okay, so that force was not present in the previous case, but you can experience that force when this car turns left. When car turns left, the velocity vector changes and the motion of the car becomes accelerated. If it was moving in uniform motion first. When it turn left, the velocity vector changes and the motion becomes accelerated, and you are inside the car. It means you are sitting, or you are sitting in a um, reference frame which is moving with accelerated motion, or which is moving with some acceleration. So that we have such a accelerated uh, accelerated frame of reference. So you know that in this type of reference frame, there may be the centrifugal force, or a force that is considered as centrifugal force, which is not appear in straight line or in a reference of frame which is moving with zero acceleration or which is in rest, but it suddenly appears in a reference frame which is moving with some acceleration. Okay, so I hope you understand about the first statement. Okay, let me explain about the second one. So I am going to read first. Okay, the children sitting in merry-go-round experience an outward force as the merry-go-round rotates about the vertical axis. Okay, so student, I hope you have experience of this merry-go-round. So you can understand in this case, when merry-go-round start rotates about the vertical axis, this reference frame becomes the accelerated one, or you can say the non-inertial. And if you are sitting in this merry-go-round, you are in non-inertial frame. Okay, now in this type of frame of reference that are non-inertial or moving with accelerated motion, you will feel an outward force, and that force is equal to the that force is known as centrifugal force. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept of the centrifugal force. Now if this merry-go-round is in straight line, suppose, or if you are not in merry-go, but if you are in any car or any other vehicle which is moving in straight line with uniform speed, or you can say velocity, means there is no acceleration, so you will not feel any such force in that case. But when you are in non-inertial frame of reference, you will feel some outward or some different type of force, that force which appears in some different cases, and these different cases means we are talking about the accelerated frame of reference, or you can say non-inertial frame. So these forces are known as centrifugal force. The most important point about this is this force is always outward from the center of the circular path, and these are equal in magnitude to the centripetal force. So let's see the conclusion. Centripetal and centrifugal forces do not constitute an action-reaction pair. So these are not like action and reaction pair. Centrifugal force is not a real force. For action-reaction pair, both forces must be real. So this is very interesting result, and this will clear your confusion. Sometimes some student can be in confusion that the centripetal and centrifugal forces are like action and reaction forces in Newton's third law, but this is not true. The centripetal and the centrifugal forces are not like action and reaction, because in action and reaction pair both the forces should be real, but in this case it means in the case of centripetal and centrifugal force, the centrifugal force is not a real force. Okay, so these are not the action reaction pair. Okay, but these are the forces. This one is the real force, but this one is arise or appear in some very different cases. And you can say the case that is when the frame is non-inertial, or you can say when it is moving with some acceleration. Okay, so I hope you understand these concept of the centrifugal force, and I hope you must experience this force in past. Okay, so now you can experience this type of centrifugal force in many cases in your life. When will you travel in future in different type of vehicles like car or anything else? When it turns towards left or right, you will feel these type of outward forces in opposite direction, and that will be the centrifugal force. Okay, similarly, if you will sit sometime in merry-go-round, and then you will feel these type of outward forces, and you must realize the about of sorry you must realize about the centrifugal force. So it may be possible in future with you. Okay, but you can experience these things if you have your past experience. Okay, so let's move toward the next slide, and that is banking of roads. Okay, so students, you can see here the topic that is known as banking of the road. So what is meaning of the banking of the road? Okay, though this is not like the commercial banking, but this is something different, and this is very important process during the construction of the roads. Okay, so this is very important topic, and you have seen these at different type of turns on the road. So let's see what is this actually. So the first point about the banking of the road is when a car is moving along a curved road, it is performing circular motion. Okay, so I hope you understand. If a car is moving along curved road, suppose this one is road like this, and if car is moving on this road, this car must be moving on some arc, and the center of this circle is something here. Okay, this one is the center, so the motion is the circular motion. You can see this car can move on this circular motion, or it can take turn into this part. So if it travel this much, this is also the circular motion. It is not necessary that कि ये complete ही करे इस circle को. So if it moves on some part on the circular path, it will also consider as circular motion. So when a car is moving along a curved road, it is performing circular motion. For circular motion, it is not necessary that the car should complete a full circle. Okay, an arc of the circle is also treated as a circular path. So I have already discussed this point. Okay, and the second point you can see here, we know that the centripetal force, and this CPF is stand for the centripetal force. So we know that the centripetal force is necessary for circular motion. If centripetal force is not present, the car cannot travel along a circular path and will instead travel along a tangential path. So let me repeat and let me explain this statement. You can see we know that centripetal force is necessary for circular motion. So we know that this centripetal force is necessary for the circular motion, and if centripetal force is not present, so if this force is not present, the car cannot travel along circular motion. So this car cannot travel along circular motion, but it will travel along the tangential path. Okay, so I hope you understand what is meaning of this statement. If centripetal force is not present, there is no circular motion and object will move in straight line. So if a particle is moving in circular motion and suddenly centripetal force is disappear, so the particle will move in a direction tangent to at that point. So let me repeat these things once again. Suppose a particle moving on this circular motion like this, okay, and suppose at point P, this is the point P, this rope is broken. Okay, this rope is broken, and if rope is broken, the centripetal force is disappear. So at this point P, the particle start its motion tangent to the in tangential direction like this. It will continuously move in a straight line. Suppose this is straight line and this is the tangent at point P. Okay, so this is the direction of motion if this force is disappear, that is the centripetal force. So this is the meaning of this statement. So we know that centripetal force is necessary for circular motion, and if centripetal force is not present, the car cannot travel along a circular path and will instead travel along a tangential path. तो ये बोल रहा है कि पहले तो ये हम सभी को पता है, यहाँ तक ये वाला जो पार्ट है कि सर्कुलर मोशन के लिए आपके पास सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स होना ही चाहिए, बिना सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स के कोई भी सर्कुलर मोशन नहीं होगा। बट अब यहाँ पे कि इफ़ सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स इज नॉट प्रेजेंट तो क्या होगा। तो सपोज सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स अगर डिसअपीयर हो जाता है तो पार्टिकल सर्कुलर मोशन नहीं करेगा, तो पार्टिकल या फिर बॉडी, वो कार भी हो सकती है, तो वो कार या वो बॉडी जो भी है वो सर्कुलर मोशन नहीं करके वो स्ट्रेट लाइन मोशन करने लग जाती है। और वो स्ट्रेट लाइन मोशन किस डायरेक्शन में करेगी, तो वो स्ट्रेट लाइन मोशन उस पॉइंट पे जो टेंजेंट ड्रॉ किया जाएगा उसी की डायरेक्शन में करेगी। ओके, तो ये है इसका मीनिंग। सो आई होप कि आपको बातें समझ में आ रही हैं। अब देखते हैं थर्ड पॉइंट अबाउट द सेम टॉपिक। So the centripetal force for circular motion of the car can be provided in two way। तो अब कार को जो सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स मिलता है वो कैसे मिल सकता है, यहाँ पे उसके दो तरीके हो सकते हैं। फर्स्ट है फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स बिटवीन द टायर्स ऑफ कार एंड रोड। दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। सो दिस फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स, यू कैन सी द फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स कैन प्ले द रोल टू डेवलप सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स। ओके, तो ये फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स जो है ये रिस्पॉन्सिबल हो सकता है उस सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स के लिए जो कि रिक्वायर्ड है कार को सर्कुलर मोशन के लिए। ठीक है, तो ये फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स एक तो हो सकता है। बट अगर ये फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स नहीं है तो क्या और भी कोई ऑप्शन है, तो उसके बाद हमारे पास एक ऑप्शन आता है बैंकिंग ऑफ रोड। तो यहाँ पे अगर हम रोड को बैंक रोड बना दें, बैंक रोड का मीनिंग क्या है अभी हम बताएंगे अभी। तो अगर बैंक रोड बना दें या रोड की बैंकिंग कर दे तो वहाँ पे इस प्रोसेस से भी कार को सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स मिल जाता है। तो ये बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग पॉइंट है। तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि बैंकिंग ऑफ रोड क्यों करते हैं हम बैंकिंग। तो यहाँ पे आप समझ गए होंगे कि इसका इसलिए करते हैं कि इससे जो व्हीकल्स है हमारे उसको रिक्वायर्ड सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स मिल जाता है, इसलिए रोड को बैंकिंग करते हैं। तो एक बार फिर से पढ़ लेते हैं इसको। यहाँ देखिए, जब कोई कार किसी रोड पे ट्रेवल कर रही है और वो सर्कुलर मोशन करने की कोशिश कर रही है या कर रही है, तो उसे जो सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स रिक्वायर्ड है वो दो तरीके से मिल सकता है। फर्स्ट है फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स बिटवीन टायर्स ऑफ कार एंड रोड। तो रोड और जो टायर है कार का उसके बीच जो फ्रिक्शनल फोर्स है या तो वो प्रोवाइड कराएगा सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स। दूसरा है बैंकिंग ऑफ द रोड। तो रोड बैंकिंग ऑफ द रोड मीन्स रोड की बैंकिंग करके भी ये जो हमारा सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स है वो प्रोवाइड कराया जा सकता है। ठीक है, तो हम फ्रिक्शन के बारे में श्योर नहीं हो सकते हैं, कई बार फ्रिक्शन अपने आप जो है कम हो जाता है, रोड बहुत ही क्लीन है, या फिर टायर्स हमारे जो घिस जाते हैं उससे यहाँ पे फ्रिक्शन की वैल्यू चेंज हो सकती है, जिससे कि रिक्वायर्ड हमें जो है वो सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स नहीं मिले। तो इसलिए हम इस प्रॉब्लम से बचने के लिए क्या करते हैं, बैंकिंग करते हैं। तो बैंकिंग का मीनिंग क्या है, देखिए जहाँ पे टर्न होता है रोड पे, वहाँ पे जो आउटर एज होता है रोड का, जैसे ये रोड है, ठीक है, और ये टर्न है ऐसे, तो यहाँ पे क्या करते हैं, ये सेंटर हो गया सर्कल का, तो यहाँ पे ये वाला जो आउटर साइड है, ये आउटर साइड है, सपोज ये बी है, तो ये आउटर साइड होता है, इसकी हाइट जो ए साइड है उससे थोड़ी ऊपर कर देते हैं। ओके, तो एक्चुअल में ये आपको इस टाइप का दिखेगा, अगर आप ध्यान से हमारी बातें को समझ रहे हैं। तो अगर यहाँ सेंटर से बात करें, अब इधर से ये रोड ऊपर उठना शुरू हुआ है, यहाँ पे जाके ये ऊपर हो जाएगा, तो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि ये इस टाइप का रहेगा। ठीक है, और ये ऐसे एक्चुअली ये रोड रहेगा ऐसे। ठीक है, तो ये यहाँ से ऐसे रहेगा। अब ये देखिए यहाँ पे जो इनर वाली साइड है इसकी हाइट कम है, और आउटर एज की साइड हाइट यहाँ पे एच एक्स्ट्रा है। तो इसी प्रोसेस को, ये जो एंगल यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं, ये एंगल थीटा आप ले सकते हैं। ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे ये हाइट हो गया, और ये इस रोड की जो विड्थ है इसको आप मान लेते हैं एक्स। तो यहाँ से आप काफ़ी चीज़ें कैलकुलेट भी कर सकते हैं। यहाँ पे ये देख रहे हैं राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल है, तो यहाँ पे ये हाइट है। तो इसी प्रोसेस को, जिसमें आउटर जो एज होता है रोड का, उसको इनर वाले एज के कंपैरिजन में कुछ हाइट पे बनाया जाता है। इसी प्रोसेस को बोलते हैं बैंकिंग ऑफ रोड। ठीक है, और ये क्यों करते हैं, क्योंकि इसकी हेल्प से आप इस जो कार है, जो टर्न लेने वाली कार है, उसको रिक्वायर्ड सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स प्रोवाइड करा सकते हैं। रिक्वायर्ड सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स अगर आप प्रोवाइड नहीं कराएंगे तो क्या होगा, ये कार सर्कुलर मोशन नहीं करेगी, और ये यहाँ से स्लाइड करके स्ट्रेट लाइन में ही चलती चली जाएगी। इसलिए ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि जहाँ टर्न हो वहाँ पे हमारी जो कार है उसको रिक्वायर्ड सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स अवेलेबल हो जाए। अब ये अवेलेबिलिटी दो टाइप से हो सकती है, फ्रिक्शन से, लेकिन फ्रिक्शन उतना ही मेंटेन रहे इस बात की गारंटी लेना बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट है, क्योंकि फ्रिक्शन बहुत सारे कंडीशंस पे वर्क करता है। अगर रेनी सीजन है, कहीं किसी तरीके से ऑयल गिरा हुआ है सरफेस पे, या जो हमारी कार है उसका टायर काफ़ी रब हो चुका है, घिस चुका है, तो यहाँ पे इस कंडीशन में थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है फर्स्ट वाली में। इसलिए इससे बचने के लिए हम बैंकिंग ऑफ द रोड इसका यूज़ करते हैं। जब हमने इस प्रोसेस का यूज़ किया तो हम इन सभी कंडीशंस, जैसे कि अगर हमारा रोड बहुत ही स्मूथ है, या फिर टायर घिस गया है, या फिर कोई और प्रॉब्लम है, उन सभी प्रॉब्लम से यहाँ पे हम लोग बच जाते हैं। तो इसीलिए बैंकिंग ऑफ रोड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, क्योंकि ये टर्न पे क्या कराता है, जो व्हीकल्स है उसको रिक्वायर्ड सेंट्रीपिटल फोर्स देने के लिए हेल्प करता है। ठीक है, तो आई होप कि आपको ये बात समझ में आई है। ठीक है, तो स्टूडेंट्स, ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है बैंकिंग ऑफ द रोड। ठीक है, तो नेक्स्ट क्लास में हम लोग पढ़ेंगे कि कितनी स्पीड होनी चाहिए टर्न पे। ठीक है, जो भी हमारी व्हीकल है उसको सर्कुलर मोशन करने के लिए, अगर उससे हाई स्पीड है तो फिर वो सर्कुलर मोशन नहीं कंप्लीट करता है। तो ये हम लोग फ्रिक्शन बिटवीन टायर्स एंड रोड नेक्स्ट क्लास में स्टार्ट करेंगे। तो स्टूडेंट, आई होप कि आपको ये सेशन समझ में आया है। नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू रिपीट द सेम थिंग। ओके, so students try to solve at least 10 questions based on each topic, so you will get deep knowledge of the concepts. Okay, and try to revise the topics daily wise, so that you will feel more confident about the topics, and you will get new ideas, and you will get new ways to apply the same formula and the same concept in different types of application level questions in your daily life, and you try to use that knowledge to create something new. Okay, so I hope you understand today's concept and you enjoyed this session. Student, if you have any doubt about these points, you can contact us on given numbers, or you can contact on the WhatsApp. And we are also joining we are also uh, connecting with each other in online sessions, so you can share your problem there. So we will be able to understand your problems, and we will definitely get some way to solve your problem, and we will try to explain the same concept in different ways, so it will become more beneficial for you, and you will be able to understand the same concept in more detail and more deep way. Okay, so thank you for watching this video, and you can apply these knowledge in different cases. Thank you for watching.